Hello, everyone. My guest today is Gilad Salamander. He's an entrepreneurial executive and enjoys visioning and creating innovative solutions for cloud, mobile, and web technologies. He's co-founded eClincher, a platform to manage and analyze social media and online presence. Gilad, are you ready to take us to the top?
Yes, of course. I'm ready.
All right, good. Tell us about the company. What do you do and what's your revenue model? How do you make money?
All right. So eClincher is a social media management platform, and recently we integrated with more online presence channels. We're helping businesses all over the world to manage everything from one integrated platform, so they can connect their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google+, Google My Business, and many more channels. It's really helpful for them. They save tons of time every day. Rather than logging in to each of the networks, they can manage everything from one place. We help them with publishing, engagement, analytics.
Sorry, you help who? A consumer or a business or what?
We help businesses. So,
okay.
So our platform really helps businesses from all sizes, from the micro, small business all the way to large corporation, government, and so on.
Okay.
Enterprise, a lot of SMBs.
And on average, Gilead, what do these companies pay you per month for this?
So we have three main plans that we offer, and it's based on monthly subscription or yearly subscription. And the basic plan starts at $49 a month, Premier for $99, and Agency for $199 a month, and that allows them to manage up to 100 profiles.
So Gilead, what's I don't want to go down every customer cohort. What's the average?
So average payment, you mean?
Yeah, the average. What does the average customer pay you per month?
About $49 a month.
Okay, okay, call it $50 a month. Great. And then give us more of the history here. When did you launch the company?
So we launched the company or this concept of social media management platform in 2014, and since then we developed and added features. We're really known for best ROI tool. We were nominated by G2 Crowd. Lots of reviews and users as the best ROI tool in the market for social media management and marketing presence.
Okay. And have you bootstrapped this or have you raised capital?
We did both. So we have some angels, investors.
So how much total have you raised to date?
From angels?
Total capital. How much have you raised to date?
I cannot disclose this one. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can just look it up real quick because you have to file with the SEC.
No, that's not. Okay. So we raised $300K.
Okay, you raised $300,000. Great. And that was it on a convertible note you said or straight equity?
This was a note.
It was a note. Okay, great. And what was this like? I mean, when did you raise that capital? I think you're based in LA. Did you raise from local angels or did you go to the Silicon Valley or what?
It's local angels in the Silicon Valley.
Okay, great. Did you use like a safe note, a convertible note or what?
Actually, it's an equity base. This was done back in 2013.
Okay, so now it's not a note, it was equity.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and I thought you said the company was created in 2014, but you raised in 2013. How's that work?
No, we incorporated, that's okay. 2012, we incorporated the company. We started with a different concept. And then we pivot in 2014 to social media management, full-blown platform.
I see.
So that's why I said, so this company, which is about more of a social media presence management, really started in 2014.
I see. And what have you scaled to today in terms of total customers on the platform?
Tens of thousands.
Okay, now those are actual paying customers or users? Free users. Okay, users, yeah. So what I'm curious about is how many paying customers do you have now on the platform?
A few thousands.
Okay, a couple thousand. Can you give me a range? Can we say between 1,000 and 2,000? Is that fair?
Over 5,000.
Oh, over 5,000. Okay, that's great. But put a lid on that for me. So between 5,000 and 10, is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, good. That just helps. It could be 1 million or 5,000, but saying between 5 and 10 is way more helpful.
We're definitely still in the startup category, right? So we're still building the company, expanding. We're getting, expanding the team.
What's the team size today?
About 20 people.
Okay. I mean, just to be clear, if I take that you said 5,000 minimum customers at a $50 price point, that means you're doing about $250,000 per month. Is that accurate?
Yes, if you do the math, that's right.
Okay, great. And what are you growing at year over year? So if you go back a year ago, what were you doing?
So we're doing over 100% year over year.
Okay, that means about a year ago you were doing about $125,000 a month. Is that accurate?
Roughly, yes.
Where's most of that growth come from? Is it new customers or is it upselling your current customer base?
Mostly it's organic. We do have some paid, but I would say over 95% of it is organic. Word to mouth, people, referrals. Like I said, we were nominated as #1 platform in the market. So being as such,
Yeah, but Gilead, sorry, what does that mean? That could mean anything. What does that mean?
So it means that users go into, let's say, G2 Crowd or Capterra or some other platforms, and they write a review about their experience and about the, how they use eClincher, and they say basically that this is, the best tool that they use so far.
For what?
They really have
why would they use you over Hootsuite?
So it's just a lot easier. It's more complete, more features, less expensive.
Okay,
that's pretty much it, right?
So why aren't you as big as Hootsuite yet?
Why? It just takes time to grow a company, in this kind of rate, right? You're talking about over 10% month over month, essentially, right? So that's a huge growth, and it takes time to scale and grow a company. Train people, spend the money where it needs to be. This takes time.
How will you, though, continue to take market share from Hootsuite if that's indeed the case? And they were founded in 2008. Today, 10 years later, they're doing over $250,000, annually. Super healthy company. Sorry, 250 million annually, right? So how do you keep stealing market share?
Sure, that's a good question. So essentially, when we do a demo or when a customer or a client start a trial, 100% of them, or the vast majority of them, will say, wow, this is the best platform that I used so far. So this is a very big thing. The conversion rate is extremely high for us.
What's high?
It's way over 20%.
And that's from a free trial to paid?
Correct.
Okay.
So that's really, really high. So that shows the satisfaction of the product, and it really answer their pain points and solving their problem. Right?
Do you require a credit card for a free trial?
No.
Okay.
Hootsuite does, as an example. So other companies, they do, or they require you to speak to the salesperson. We don't have that. It's kind of a shelf product. We do support 24/7. So we help our trial users, leads, and customers 24/7, and that's something that they don't get in other platforms.
What does churn look like today?
It's very low. It's a single digit.
So are we talking 2% logo churn per month?
Sure, 2%, yes.
Okay, how is it 2%? I mean, that'd be very rare in the SMB space. Usually it's 4, 5, 6% because SMBs 9 out of 10 go out of business.
So we get cancellations. A lot of them is mostly related to closed business or change plans, but not necessarily because of product did not meet their expectations.
Yeah. So what is your monthly churn?
So about 2%. That's what
it is about. Okay, I know. I just found it surprising that the number I guessed is exactly what yours was. So it actually is 2% logo churn per month.
That's correct. 2 to 3, I would say. Yes.
Okay. And what do you have to get a new user to do on the first day they sign up to make them sticky?
What do we have to do?
From an activation metric perspective, what do they have to do on your platform on the first day to get value from it so that you make them really sticky?
So in terms of value, it takes really a few minutes to set up to connect all your accounts and then schedule a post and you're ready to go. So in terms of return on investment, they're getting it within a few minutes of using the platform. And then as they use it every day, they discover more and more things that they can do with it. Like the inbox, which is a great way to combine all the interactions with users or consumers between the business and the consumers into one inbox. So they it's a discovery process for them during the first 14 days, which is a trial period. And if they need additional help, we also have tutorial videos, and we have the live support. So typically, customers, if they're not that savvy, they may ask for help. How do I connect Instagram account? How do I convert it to a business account and questions like that. So we are very helpful with that. And this type of questions, or challenges, those are the same for everybody out there, including Hootsuite and some of the other competitors.
Gilad, let me ask a different question. How many people start paying but don't connect an account in the first week?
So typically they get the 14 days free trial, and a lot of them, most of them will convert in 14 or 12 days or so. Some of them will convert in 3 days, and some will pay in the first day.
Yeah. My question, Gilad, my question is, how many people pay you, but then don't connect their social media accounts?
Oh, that's rarely happened. That's just the process flow. Is when you sign up, the first thing you have to do is connect your social profiles, essentially using the system. It's not possible. It's unlikely that they will pay without connecting any account.
Yep. Okay, good. 2% churn. Talk to me about customer acquisition costs. So fully diluted, what do you pay to acquire a new customer?
So like I said, the majority of it's organic. It's not paid.
What does that mean, though, organic?
Organic is that people find us on Google search, on review sites. They find us on the web, YouTube, other channels.
Okay, so like who creates your blog posts that rank in Google? Who creates those videos?
So it's a combination. Most of it is done in-house, and we also have some vendors that provide content for us.
So of the 20 people on your team, how many of them are related to sales or marketing?
Yeah, I don't want to give you all the details specifically how many people in what, but yeah, so 20 people, that's roughly the company size.
Well, just to be clear, Gilad, it's not accurate. Like, it's not accurate to say your CAC is 0 because everything is organic, right? Because the organic content doesn't just magically happen. Otherwise, everyone would be hugely successful. You have a team in-house that strategically creates organic content, and that's what drives these new users to find you on YouTube or search. So I'm just trying to understand how you're optimizing for that.
Yeah, I understand the question. I understand. I don't have the calculation in front of me in terms of, salaries plus ads and all that, and then divided, per user and conversion.
Okay.
But I would assume maybe $5 to $10.
Okay. Well, no, I don't want to, and it sounds like this might not be a metric that you're actively looking at. Do you not really look at customer acquisition cost?
Correct.
So how do you know?
So remember, if you grow at a rate of over 10%, 15% a month, it's a huge growth. So I don't have time to calculate. I just have to accommodate all the scale the platform, scale the company to support that growth.
Yeah, but Gilead, if you're spending $10 or I'm making this up, $100 to acquire a customer, right? And it takes you 4 or 5 months to get paid back. The faster you grow, the faster you actually go bankrupt because it doesn't take me 10 months. It takes me 1 month. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. How do you know that if you're not calculating those numbers?
I have a burn rate, and I know what my expense is, right? And I know the growth rate, how much revenue I bring in. Very simple, right? So as long as if the revenue growth is much higher than your expenses, right, the company is growing.
Yeah, well, of course, at a macro level, you can look at your P&L, but on an economic basis per customer, you'll have a cash gap if you have a payback period anything greater than 1 month. And when you talk to me about, hey, when I have fast growth, I don't have to look at anything. There are companies that have gone bankrupt because they've grown too fast for this exact reason.
Yeah, I mean, again, each channel depends on the paid channel. So if you look at paid channels, the return, the break-even point could be 3 months, 1 month. It depends on which one it is.
Okay. So you are doing some customer acquisition via paid channels?
That's correct.
Okay. I thought you said it was organic and word of mouth.
Mostly it's organic and word of mouth. We do some paid as well.
Okay, got it.
And
so
for the paid one, that's what I mentioned to you, the $5 to $10, right?
I see. And where is that? Are you talking like Facebook ads, Google ads, things like that?
All of that, yes.
Yeah, that's great. Good. Any plans to raise capital?
Yeah, there is. So we're kind of thinking about VC money as the growth, this thing continue to grow, and we need to expand and accelerate. So VC money will be useful, but of course there's string attached, right?
Sure. Are you the sole founder or do you have partners?
I have another co-founder, so two co-founders.
Okay.
He's the CTO, I'm the CEO.
Let's say you get an offer from a VC that gives you a valuation of, I'm going to make this up, $10 million, and they're say, hey, we'll give you a $2 million check for 20% of the company, 10 million post money valuation. If you also got an offer from Hootsuite to acquire you for $10 million, would you take the VC money or would you sell?
I think it depends on the amount, right? Any entrepreneur that tells you otherwise.
Well, I just told you the amount, 10. So my question is not the amount. It's a question of you can either raise more money from VCs and get diluted, or you can exit right now to a Hootsuite for $10 million. Which one would you rather do?
I would consider both options. It's not like I have a preference at this point. We want to grow the company. That's the idea. But, like I said, any entrepreneur, eventually they want to do the exit, right? That's the ultimate goal. I'm not, saying that I want to grow this company to $1 billion company, and therefore I will not consider any offer on the table. I will, of course, and it doesn't matter necessarily who it's coming from, as long as there's synergy and something that we can do together, right?
Okay, Gilad, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Quick answers. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Wow. I guess The Art of the Sale.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Tim Cook.
Number 3, what is your favorite online tool for building your business?
Intercom.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
About 5.
Oh, wow. Okay. And what's your situation? Married, single? Do you have kids?
I catch up on the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's the?
Married, single? Do you have kids?
Yeah, I have 2 kids. Married.
Okay, married, 2 kiddos, and how old are you?
I'm 47.
47. Last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
What was that? Say that again.
What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
What I was wishing for?
When you were 20, what is something that you wish you knew?
Oh, wish I knew. Probably more communication skills, like, understanding communication skills. People, when they argue, it really varies on the background and how they think and perceive things. So understanding those things, I think, will be really helpful.
Guys, eClincher, there you have it. Gilead launched in 2012, now doing over $250,000 per month in revenue from 5,000 customers, paying about $50 per month. They've only raised $300,000, which is great considering a raise potentially now, growing 100% year over year. So in August of 2017, they were doing about $125,000 per month in revenue. From an acquisition and unit economic perspective, they have less than 2%, well, between 2 and 3% logo churn per month. When they do spend on acquisition, they spend between $5 and $10 to acquire a customer, with a super healthy payback period of less than 3 months. Again, team of 20 people building the social media management tool. Gilad, thank you for taking us to the top.
Thank you for having me.